I can already hear all the 20-year-old kid in their head. They are like, oh my God, Han is back. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Just like I promised you, I told you I was going to watch the trailer of the Fast and the Furious 9, and I told you that I was going to give you my review, and also I was supposed to give you my first impression live of the trailer, but since the event was so freaking big and I really wanted to watch it live, I watched the whole show live. It took us about over an hour before we get to see the trailer of Fast 9. I thought it was a bit long, but it was quite the same thing as they did with Hobbs and Shaw, so that's okay. Great performances from Ludacris. I need to mention the Wiz Khalifa and Charlie Puth See You Again song live on stage was something to see. Honestly, there was people in the crowd, like at least 80% of the crowd were just like watery eyes and everything, and it was something. It was a great moment, a sad moment, but a beautiful moment at the same time. But it was something. So today, the trailer of Fast 9, and what a ride it was to watch this 3-minute, almost 4-minute long video of pure insanity, but also cool stuff. Obviously, there was some behind-the-scenes pictures that we saw with Vin Diesel, Michelle Rodriguez. They were at the racetrack, Irwindale Speedway. They filmed probably something like Dom's father crashing on the racetrack. At the beginning of the trailer, you can see what is the new home of Vin Diesel, of his family. So forget about the house in LA. I noticed something in the first shot, the first establishing shot where you see the house and the garage, you see 2 Dodge Chargers. So in the garage, you see a very old looking type of Fast and Furious 1 looking Charger, a 70 Dodge Charger as usual. And in the front of the house, I'm not sure, but it looks like the Tantrum Charger. You also see something or hear something. You can hear the See You Again song, well, at least the note, the music from See You Again. And what it means to me, maybe it's pure speculation, but I feel like there's going to be like, you know, at the end of Furious 7, See You Again, the car split up, and See You Again, meaning they are seeing Brian O'Connor again. I don't know, I'm just speculating right now. We are also introduced to a new member of the family, and I'm talking about John Cena. At first I thought that John Cena was going to be maybe a bad guy or maybe just a replacement for The Rock. What we learned in the movie, well, what we learned in the trailer, John Cena is actually, his name is Jacob in the movie, and his last name is Toretto. So he's Jacob Toretto. That means Vin Diesel's brother. And he works for Cypher. So he's going to be mostly the bad guy, maybe for the whole movie, maybe for half of it, but he's going to be the bad guy in Fast and Furious 9. His boss is Cypher. I feel like even though we have a new movie here, I feel like maybe it's going to just look like another Fast and Furious 8, maybe like a part 2 of Fast and Furious 8. We'll see. It's just the first trailer. We're going to see more and more trailer, that's for sure, until May 22nd. So I told you a bit earlier that we see a Pontiac Fiero. There's Tyrese driving that car, but it looks like a put together shitbox. That was put together actually by 2 guys, and you see on the screen, I'm going to put a picture. It's the tech guy, the guy who's working on Sean Boswell cars in Tokyo Drift, and for a very slight second, if you blink you'll miss it, but you can see Sean Boswell coming in the screen. Is he going to have a smaller role than what he already had in Furious 7? We'll see. What I really want to mention, well, there's a lot of unbelievable scenes, like at some point John Cena, I'm still having a hard time calling him Jacob Toretto, but he's driving his Mustang and he's jumping off a cliff with the car. And at some point there's like, and honestly, it's so freaking funny. It's not even a plane, it's a spacecraft, okay? And we already told a joke about next movie, there's going to be a spacecraft. It's almost like it. So Cypher is coming with a big, huge plane that looks like a spaceship, and she's got a magnet, and she grabs John Cena's car in the air. Yes, we're there now. It's Fast 9. There's going to be Fast 10. It's going to be even more special. But anyway, so you see that kind of stuff, and at some point Vin Diesel is following with something that looks like a white body Charger Hellcat Red Eye, or maybe a demon. I don't know. The hood scoop looked like a demon, but anyway. And then he's just like grabbing a rope with his front bumper, and he's like slinging his car into the air. We don't know where he's going to land, but it reminds me a bit like this scene in Hobbs and Shaw where the helicopter is like pulling all these cars into the air. I mean, I don't like to see that in a Fast and the Furious movie, but this is what it is. So I don't want to talk too much about these stunts, because for me, and if you're watching this, if you're following me or subscribe to my channel, you're probably die-hard Fast fan. That means you love Fast and Furious 1, 2, 3, you love cars, and you're not really into these kind of stupid action stuff. But anyway, it's a Fast and Furious movie. It's almost like an obligation to love these movies for us. But anyway, so I really want to put that aside. And at the end of the trailer, the best part, honestly, there's Letty saying that they need to welcome back somebody that they used to know, and that somebody is Han.
Surprise.
Nice clubhouse.
And at this point, I was like in shock. And I was not expecting him, though, to drive the Supra, the orange Supra. There was a lot of speculation regarding, is Brian O'Connor coming back to Fast and Furious 9 since Mia is going to be there? And is he gonna drive the orange Supra? But there's a lot of people, especially on my Instagram, when I posted the pictures of the car, there was a lot of people actually who told me, well, that car reminds me of Han's RX-7, the Velside one. And they were right. So anyway, you see Han coming to the screen, and then you see he's pulling like a big drift with a Supra, and then there's this whole campaign, this hashtag Justice for Han, which is now everywhere. I love the poster, by the way. Universal, you did such a great job with all these posters. But the one with Han, it's unbelievable. To this point, we review basically what we had to review for the whole trailer. But I have questions, and a lot of them, especially since there was one Supra on the movie set that was white, an MK5 Supra. And usually in the Fast and the Furious, we rarely see people driving the same cars, except when it comes to the Dodge Chargers, like the newer one in Fast 5. There was a bunch of police Chargers racing together, and then the two black Chargers. But is it possible that Han is driving the same car as Brian O'Connor but different colors? I don't know, but definitely there was a white Supra, Mark V Supra. If I find some pictures, I'm going to put that on the screen, but there was a white Mark V Supra that was on the filming, on the set of Furious 9 or Fast 9 or F9. We'll see what is going to happen with Brian O'Connor. I've seen some stuntmen that may resemble Cody or Caleb or whatever. If Brian O'Connor is somehow in this movie, whether it's a small role or a big role, I really doubt it would be a big role. But I mean, they wouldn't put him in the first trailer. From what I can see, if Han was already exposed like this in the first trailer, that means they have a lot of surprises in reserve for us. That was the first review of the first trailer of the Fast and the Furious. Please let me know what you think about it, and what are your overall thoughts so far on Fast 9. I just want to hear your thoughts about this movie. Write them in the comment section down below. Also, if you haven't watched the whole trailer from the Fast and the Furious, I'm going to leave the link in the description also so you can have a better look at it. And please watch it over and over. You'll see a ton of stuff. You will not be able to see the whole thing, like all the details in one view. You need to watch it on and on and on. I've watched the trailer so far to do this video about 5 times, and I feel like I'm still going to learn new stuff just with that trailer. Anyway, guys, I talk to you soon. It was a pleasure as always. If you like these kinds of videos on the Fast and the Furious, please don't forget to subscribe to my social media like YouTube. So subscribe to the channel and also follow me on Instagram at DomDub. There's a ton of behind the scene pictures of my cars, the movie, a ton of stuff. So if you love the Fast and the Furious, please don't forget to subscribe to my social media. And I talk to you soon, guys. Bye.